Hey, spiritual superstar. So, I want to talk about something that happens very, very often and why it aggravates you. So, we talk about this a lot in our channel because it is something that I am an expert in. It has been happening to me from as long as I can remember, and it's probably been happening to you too, or you're just waking up to the crawling sensation, the goosebumps, the feeling like you just walked into a cobweb, feeling like something just touched or graced your cheek, or the tightening of your skin, the tingling of your thighs, um, maybe the prickles or tingles on your scalp, and the extreme itching that is on your scalp, and even up and down your back or your spine. There's a bunch of different ways this happens, but what it is spiritually guided spiritual communication, SGSC. It's a term that I coined because of my extensive experience in it. However, you absolutely are experienced in it too. You just may not realize it, and you may not realize why it's happening. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why it's happening, what to do about it, and hopefully that will give you some kind of relief or just understanding. Also, let me share with you really quick where you can go to find way more information about it that I can share in this video is over at our academy, spiritualguidanceacademy.com. We have our group coaching, and you definitely will hear a lot more about it and more, and you'll have access to more one-on-one actually inside of our group coaching, but just a plethora of information and togetherness in our spiritual network. So the tingling, the crawling sensations, the itching, the burning, the numbing, the waves of sensation, the hot and cold feeling, even the tones in our ears. See, all of this is spiritually guided spiritual communication, and what it means is that you are in contact with energy that is reaching out to you. What energy? Well, it depends. It does vary. Paranormal activity happens, and it freaks our humans out until we teach our humans that, hey, you don't need to know about this. You just need to trust me. Who is me? Well, you're a dual being. You are the soul within your human. See, you, the soul, came here. Your human is not so much, with spirituality or paranormal activity because it defies human logic. So that's why it's very frustrating when it happens, and absolutely frustrating when it happens at night. Your human just wants to sleep for the day and just relax, chill out, and just not be bothered. And here comes the tingling sensation. Here comes the feeling like you just walked into a cobweb, or just this invisible barrier that is now over your skin. Here comes the feeling like there's bugs crawling on your arm. Here comes the extreme itching underneath your skin that you can't quite get to, and you're wondering, what the heck is this? You end up going to a medical doctor or specialist, trying to use creams and different lotions and actual placebos that they're giving you, because there is nothing wrong with you, and they are not going to diagnose you with anything. So they have nothing, they don't have anything to treat you with or for. And so you go home and you're like freaked out and frustrated even more, and confused and really concerned, because if there's nothing medically wrong with you, then what is it? It's spiritual. So this is why it's happening. The Holy Spirit, God, our Creator, lives inside of each and every one of us. And we go through life on autopilot from day one. A lot of us that were born naturals, natural meaning we have seen the fourth dimension because we've lived in it, we live in it, and we recognize it. However, Just because we are spiritually awake from being at a child's age doesn't mean that we are celebrated or encouraged to see what we now see once we do have a spiritual awakening as an adult. So we still are raised very much, the majority, the collective, I think, before the collective of being awake, the collective that are asleep, are really raised to be on autopilot. You learn tradition, you learn culture, but you learn rules and regulations, and you learn how to survive and get by, and you learn this hierarchy in the government, and you learn teachers and educators and students, and you learn employer and boss versus employee, and you learn all of this stuff, and it's an autopilot. You wake up, you go to school, you come home. You know, you might have a little bit of fun there, but it's always regulated and it's certain fun, but it is the rat race. It's the matrix. It's a maze. And in that maze, you just go around the maze and you might go a different direction sometimes, but it's still in a very closed space that has boundaries there. There's walls there in the third dimension. And once you wake up to the vibrancy of your untapped, your unlimited potential, you start moving past those boundaries, and the walls that once held you back in the third dimension now absolutely come down, and they are invisible. And sometimes it happens from day to night, but when it happens, you also are receiving a metaphysical reaction to the spiritual guidance that you're seeing and receiving through your clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyant, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairgustance, clairfaction, all of it. And what happens is you are picking up on paranormal activity, which is spiritual energy, which is spiritual communication, and this does not happen without God. God is our creator, the all, Alpha and Omega. And so God wakes us up when it's time. It is divinely timed. It is divinely ordained for you to feel this. But what happens to your human? Your human is just like, what the heck? Because your human is not used to spiritual communication. Your human is used to the rat race. Your human is used to the matrix. Your human is used to being told what to do, how long you can do it, how far you can do it, how successful you will be in this life. You have to work at this one job and then retire and die, and you have to have 2.5 kids because society says you can't have 3, and all this other stuff. You have to eat meat and have a 5-course meal, and you have to do all this. You have to drink cow's milk. You know, and then you're waking up to, I can drink almond milk. I'm not touching that stuff. I don't even want meat anymore. Those are animals and they get to survive, and I'm not eating that anymore. And you start waking up to different things. And so here comes the tingling sensations at night. Why at night? Why does it always happen at night? Well, I got news for you. It happens during the day. It happens at different times that are not at night. But why at night does it happen mostly, or why does it feel like it happens so strongly at night? It's because your human has gone through that day. You have lived your life, right? And now your human is getting ready to fast. Your human is on my downcline. You are preparing for rest, preparing for slumber. So your human is getting more relaxed. Your human is releasing the control of, I've got to do, I've got to take action, I've got to do this, and I've got this responsibility and obligation, and I've got to be going a mile a minute and stressed out and thinking about this and thinking about that, and all of that going on. Your human is done. At the end of the day, your human can sleep. So as your human begins to prepare for your human's fasting state, which is your nightly slumber, it might be during the day for you because you might work C shift. So whenever that time is, it's 11:11, spiritual superstar. I'm going to ask Spirit to show us a couple of cards because of that. So, um, but that's when it happens because now there is a moment of convergence. There's a merge happening. So this is your human. Maybe you are during the day, you're awake and you're working during the day and you sleep at night. If you are working at night and you're sleeping during the day, then just look at it like that. But let's say that your human is getting ready to go to sleep, and now what's coming? Well, you, the soul within your human, are coming alive, and you are going like this, you're meeting. And so, as your human rests, you come alive, you take over. When you come alive, energy around you understands that and comes alive with you because it's already been there around you all day. You just haven't recognized it sometimes because many of you are seeing energy all throughout the day. You're seeing orbs, you're seeing portals open up, you're seeing wavy lines, you're seeing little specks in the air. You know what I'm talking about. You look at the sky, you can see energy and you see them dancing all around. Some of you are seeing it in the shower. You see lights that you can't equate to any kind of light in the 3D. Many of you are seeing huge orbs. Many of you are seeing flashing lights. Many of you are seeing waves of energy. Many of you are seeing shadows. Many of you are seeing um, out of the peripheral of your vision, you're seeing people go by. Many of you are seeing people. Many of you are getting taps on the window, on the wall, knocks on the wall, on the floor, on the ceiling. Many of you are seeing geometric shapes on the wall. Many of you are seeing patterns all over the place. There's so many spiritual experiences that are happening. Many of you are feeling somebody tap on your shoulder. You turn around and no one's there. Many of you are reading energy while you're standing in line in the grocery store or something like that. Many of you are predicting when someone's going to call you, when someone's going to show up. You're manifesting. You're having all of these beautiful spiritual alchemic, experiences that defy human logic. So at night, you are totally alive in the spirit realm, and this is in the dimension in which we create, we manifest, and we're co-creating with spirit. Where else does it happen? It happens in the spirit realm when our human allows us to take over and to take control without interference. See, our human is fear-based energy. During the day, when we're awake, our human is alert. Our human is like, okay, I've got to join this rat race again. But what happens during spiritual awakening is that now you start talking to your human and telling your human, I'm going to start driving now. It's a whole process, but that's exactly what ends up happening. And your human has to trust that, because this is the first time that many of you have been telling your human, hey, I'm here, and spirit is telling us we're not going in that direction because that's a dead end, and we got stuff to do. We came here, we are born, and we were created to make change on this earth, to help people, to be the change that we really want to see inside, and to do it by feeding faith, and to move past the people that don't want to support us or don't get why we're going in this new direction, because you're spiritually awake and you are enlightened to that. And so when you have that awakening moment, spirit comes alive inside of you and challenges you to meet that calling, to answer the calling, and to feed faith and to make some things happen. And so that's why you co-create with spirit also. But the tingling sensations, the burning, the itching, the crawling, and all of that is alerting you to a very specific message that spirit needs you to know. So I hope that that really helps you. We talk a lot more about this in our group coaching. We talk about it in detail. We answer questions. We make sure that your needs are met to the best of our ability, to the best of my ability. And I just thank you so much for being so supportive and being transparent in our group coaching. It is amazing. Just the many subscribers, or many spiritual superstars that are there, and just the information you share so openly. I really appreciate you for that, because helping each other is why we're here, right? We were all born and created to be the change we want to see and to collectively help each other live our best lives using our spiritual gifts. So I hope that this helps you. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and come on back for more free spiritual guidance. And you know what? Drop a comment down below and let me know what video you'd like to see next. Love y'all.